Hi, I'm Claudia Martinez from Exatlon, Estados Unidos. You are listening to Vidas Podcast.
Mi bandera lo grito por donde quiera, mexicano 100% no existe ni una barrera, mucho menos nos separa una frontera, con papel o sin papeles yo vivo a mi manera, no me importa en cualquier país, si el cielo se pone negro gris, escuchando a Gerardo Ortiz, celebrando fiestas patrias con dos Génesis, cantamos mariachi y en acapela miramos a diario con los...
Hola amigos de Pancho Villa's Army, what's happening? Aquí es Zargento with another episode of Villa's Podcast. We've been teasing this a little bit all day today because we have a special guest that we're just excited to have. We've been trying to get her on, and she's been off the grid. I mean, it's been a challenge, but she is now here with us, back on planet Earth, and we can go ahead and ask her a few questions to see what's happening or what happened in her adventure. But before we get to her, let's go ahead and introduce my panelists and my guests. I have two big dogs here from PVA. I got it, Serge and it, Coronel. What is up, gentlemen?
Oh, big dog. What is going on, people? Hey, man, I should say old dog, not big dog. I'm 1 year older as of yesterday. So me la estoy tratando de curar.
Mi Coronel. El viejo, los más viejos.
Dude, I'm telling you, man. Me la estoy tratando de curar, güey. Me la estoy tratando de curar. Fuck, Friday and Saturday, bro.
Drink a lot? What happened, dude? It was your birthday? It's
everything. I drink all the time, bro. But I mean, like, it was pretty fun. Yeah, it was pretty fun. Serge, how you doing? Long time no see.
Good, bro. Happy birthday. I was just checking in on you, making sure you're still alive.
Yeah, I'm good.
You good?
Well, you know what I've been finding entertaining is if you guys been following, of course, our Instagram page on Pancho Villa's Army, there was a question asked, how old is Coronel? And some of the stuff that were coming out was hilarious. I don't know if you guys saw that.
Dude, who came up, dude, Serge, what was the best one that you, I mean, because they had some good ones, right? They were like, how old is Coronel? What was the actual question, Serge?
Here, I'll pull them up right now, actually, dude.
Oh, shit.
Here. This is hilarious. But you know what? Let's go ahead and introduce Claudia because I want her to be a part of this, and I want her to tell us her reaction to get to this. So
I like observing you guys.
A quick warm introduction. So we've been teasing. All right, this is Claudia. Claudia, of course, you know her from a lot of our PVA pages. A lot of you follow her, and more importantly, she is like, dude. I mean, it's famous, right? She's been on TV for the past the whole 2020, 2019. I think it feels like forever because she is a favorite of this show called Exatlon. And if you don't know what it is, I don't even know if I pronounced it right, but it's such a show. It's kind of like Survivor meets, I don't know, was it Wipeout meets
American Gladiator?
Something in between all that.
Yeah. So let's give a warm welcome and a awesome Pancho Villa welcome to Claudia Martinez.
La Vispa!
What's up, Claudia? ¿Cómo estás?
Saludos a todos. Pues primero, feliz cumpleaños, pues belated birthday, Coronel. Gracias por tenerme aquí. Estoy súper feliz. I'm really happy to share my story. Thanks for having me. And yeah, the show, you basically described it. It's a Survivor mixed with, I don't know, Ninja Warrior Wipeout kind of situation. But it literally took up my whole 2020 year. I've been on an island. I've had no communication. So here I am. And I'm ready to share my story.
Welcome back, man. Yeah, you definitely have been, well, I mean, I guess we're not jealous because you've been in the island enjoying paradise, but also it looks really tiring and physical and exhausting. I mean, I just get tired. I mean, Coronel just probably, gets exhausted watching those.
Dude, I get exhausted just switching the channel, bro. What are you talking about?
All right, so let's get to where we're Claudia, but I want to get to this, dude, because this is hilarious. Whoever thought of this is genius. About a Coronel, about how old is a Coronel. So let me pull up my screen. We'll take a look at this, and then we will find out what's up here. So, all right. So you guys see it?
Mm-hmm.
All right. It's coming up right now. So it says, again, let's play a game. El Coronel is so old, and this is what came up, was a drummer boy for Pancho for the Army. He was hermano de Chabelo, but the older hermano. He helped design the first Mexico. I think that's one of my favorite.
Ooh.
He met Germán Cortés and played football together. So back then, when the original, he was the Niños Héroes. I agree. I think, he might maybe. So there you go. What do you guys think?
Buenísimo.
Well, dude, El Coronel is so old. He was a monaguillo, an altar boy at Claudia's baptism, dude.
I know, right?
Oh my God, dude, no way. Dude, that is awesome. Those are so awesome. I think the favorite one was probably, I don't know, man, Niño Héroe, or maybe even El Drummer Boy. Dude, they were all really, really good. They were really creative.
So
Really
I'll tell
creative.
you who came up with it.
Who did?
Your girl Ceci, man.
Oh,
Ceci.
Ceci.
Oh, Ceci.
Ceci.
Oh my goodness, I'm
Is
gonna get
that
it when I see
a-
it.
We started going back and forth. I'm like, I'm gonna put this on PBA.
Oh, nice. Nice.
Claudia, so what do you think about that? I think it was called for. You think it's good fun? What do you think about those responses?
Oh, I think they're so funny. They're so good. It's good to, joke about things like that. You don't want to take your age too seriously. You don't want to take things too seriously. You just want to have fun with it. So I love the responses. Coronel is so old. He invented football. That's what my response would be.
Hey.
I'm just kidding.
It's coming, man. We gotta do it all day, man. We got
Get
an
ready.
hour.
I want my props. No, I think it's all fun. It's all funny games. I love it. I love joking about the age. It was super, super funny. When I saw that yesterday, I just could not stop laughing again.
Yeah, that was clever, man. That was really clever. So, Claudia, back to you. Yeah.
Sure.
Tell us a little about yourself. I like to call your origin story. Tell us where you're born, raised, a little backstory, if you don't mind.
Obviously, I'm Mexican. Yeah, I was born in Guanajuato, Mexico, in Celaya, in a very little town on the side of the mountains. We literally had nothing. My family was really, really poor. It has an interesting story because that's where the revolution kind of took place. It's called El Puesto because there was puestos for the armies, and that's what my village grew from. But eventually, my family saw that we had no future there, so my dad is the one who started getting all our family to get to the United States, and that's where I'm based now in San Antonio, Texas. I have not moved from there. I've lived there my whole life, and just having the opportunity to pursue all of these dreams that I have are, it's a blessing because I wouldn't have had that in my hometown at all. But people who come from there usually, they go crazy here because they see how much opportunity there is. All my sisters are the same way. I'm the same way. I'm going to keep fighting for what I want constantly. I'm going to be persistent, and that's what I'm doing here. And Exatlon is an example of that. And it's because of, Sergio actually is the reason I was on Exatlon. He connected me with somebody on there, and, I was selected, thankfully. And it was just a big change, big blessing for me in 2020. I know it's been a tough year and I have tough stories to tell you from my experience, but I think of it as a great opportunity that I love to share with you guys. And thanks to Sergio, I was on there.
That is so cool. Right on. Wait a minute. Give a round of applause to Sergio, man.
Dude, I know, in all honesty, I did nothing, man. Tyler did it all. She went through the interview process. She had to go through all those steps, and she got it done herself. And dude, the most amazing thing is how far she got on the show. Like, I mean,
yeah,
final rounds, dude. Like, that's pretty incredible. Like, that's, she talks about persistence. That's dedication. That's persistence. That's hard work. I mean, that's awesome.
Yeah, no, I agree with you on that, dude. She definitely became a fan favorite. People kept, cheering her on. I think she just every time, dude, she was like, I would say she was a darling of the show, man. Everybody was looking forward to her. She had a lot of supporters from PBA members, right? So, Coronel, what are your thoughts?
Well, no, absolutely. Well, así somos los de San Antonio. Because obviously, Claudia, I was born in San Antonio, so I know San Antonio in the back of my head. So it's been, the last time I was there was, I think, one of the Mexico games was the last time I was there. But we used to go every year. Got tons of family out there. So they're definitely, así somos los de San Antonio.
That's
awesome.
It's
a good place to be. I love San Antonio. But yeah, shout out to the 210.
That's absolutely.
Tercos, right? Is that what you guys are called? Los tercos in San Antonio?
Los what?
¿Los qué?
Los tercos.
Like stubborn?
Like stubborn. Like stubborn.
Okay, I thought you said los puercos. I was gonna be like, what is this, really? Damn.
Los tercos.
Dude, shots fired, man. I'm like,
Ooh.
Hey, wait a minute. Austin's not that far from San Antonio. You're what, like 30 minutes, right? 35, 45 minutes away from.
Maybe, yeah, something like that.
Something like that.
It's something like that. That's cool.
You're
Well, hey, Claudia, let's
close,
talk.
Sergio.
Oh, nice. Hey, Claudia, let's talk a little bit about your 2020, right? I think that's kind of one of the things. That's kind of like the thing that kind of propelled you. I mean, you've done great things. I mean, you've done some modeling for us. You've done some videos for us. You've been to games with PVA.
Oh,
So everybody kind of knows you, like, on a personal level. There's a lot of people that know you, and then when they see someone that they know on TV or on social media, they're like, "Hey, I know that person." It's kind of like it's kind of surreal, right? So tell us a
yeah.
little bit about that experience. Like, how long was the event or the games, if you want to call it that?
Okay.
And tell us a little bit more about that.
Well, yeah, I love PVA. I love being part of it. My first experience was in Canada. It was a surprise because my sister and I went, we invited our other sister, and all of a sudden we realized that there was a huge parade of people wearing Mexican jerseys. And where's it? What? How did we not know about this? This was maybe 6 years ago, five, I don't remember exactly, but we wanted to be a part of that. We wanted to be part of the energy. We realized that the game was gonna, happen within that hour, and we weren't aware of it. We didn't know why. And we booked our tickets. We joined the march. We had our jerseys because we were planning to watch the game on TV, but PVA made us feel so comfortable, and that's how we became a part of the PVA family. But I love that they're supporting me also in Exatlon, because usually it's a 4-month competition, obstacle courses, with the ending with aiming. You have to aim, and people, they see it on TV. I saw it on TV, and I thought, yeah, you know, this is gonna be icing on the cake. I can do this. And then you get there, and you realize, what did I get myself into? Because although it was supposed to be a 4-month thing, I came into it as a reinforcement,
Hmm.
which, kind of helped the team with another female on the team because they had lost one due to injury or something else. Anyway, this one extended the whole 2020 year because of COVID. And I know COVID affected so many of us. And it was just, for our security, we had to leave and take a break. We came back at the end of the year. And
Oh, do we lose Claudia?
I'm here.
Okay.
Sorry.
No problem.
Yeah, so I was saying, we came back near the end of the year, and that's when things started changing for me, because at the beginning I wasn't so sure about what I was doing there. I felt like I had potential, but I doubted myself a lot until I got the chance. This has never happened on the show. And to go back home and see yourself compete on TV and on YouTube, and you see what you've done wrong, and you're like, you want to shake yourself and say, why are you so slow? Or why did you make that mistake? You're better than that. So I use that to kind of, get in my head and say, you can do this, even though you're going up against people who have huge accomplishments. Like, they're literally Olympic medalists there. And that's who we're going against. And little old me from little old town, San Antonio, Texas, woo woo, I'm the one that's gonna be against these people. But you know what? I'm gonna show you that I can.
Yeah.
And I guess my story is kind of like, if you stay persistent, if you keep fighting for what you want, you can accomplish it. Never doubt yourself. So eventually, I started giving a little more of myself. I started being a little more sure, more confident, and that propelled me to the semifinals somehow, because I was always on thin ice the whole competition, on the verge of going into elimination, and it never happened. And the funny thing about that is that every time a Sunday of elimination came, and we compete every single day. Every single day we compete. A different, what is it, obstacle course every single day. And yeah, once that Sunday would come, my teammates would laugh so hard at me now that I think about it, because I would always be so sad, crying behind the benches. I don't want to leave. I don't want to leave. I'm not
It's
ready
like
to
it's like
leave.
it's like back to like camp when you were a kid and you would go to like a summer camp, right? You get all excited, you
Yes.
fun, and then maybe during the time you're like, oh, this sucks, I miss home, or this is like dealing with the
Yes.
elements, but then you're like,
Mhm.
oh, it's over. Like, this is the best experience ever, right? I mean,
Yes.
some of the
Yes.
images there. I mean, those look amazing images there, Claudia. I mean, they're just
Oh.
posing with
I've
medal.
got a couple questions for you, Claudia. Are
Sure.
you, like, growing up? Did you play sports? Are you like naturally athletic? Because you got to be athletic to be on the show, right? So, like, my question is, like, I watched the competitions and I'm like how did, like, did she play sports in school? Like, are you an athlete naturally, or that you just? I mean, what is?
I'm gonna assume I am just because of how my body has responded to being on the show. But in middle school, I tried everything. I was in track, cross country, volleyball, soccer, basketball, everything. But I ended up falling in love with soccer, and that's what I pursued in high school, and that's what I pursued in college until I got injured. So I was getting there. I was getting there, and I really loved it. I still play recreationally, but that injury kind of took me out and kind of made me reevaluate my decisions and my life. And that was a very, very hard time for me. I went through depression. It was almost a year of recovery. The surgery was terrible. I tore my patella tendon, and I just had to regain the whole motion of moving my left leg. I lost all muscle, and being on Exatlon and proving myself as an athlete was another opportunity for me to feel accomplished, because I had to get out of college. I mean, my soccer in college, and that really hurt me because that's what I really wanted to do and pursue that. So yeah, the show gave me another opportunity to show my athleticism
Well, that's
or
pretty
my
cool.
ability. Yeah.
Well, that's great
So
because we've got some athletes here. I'm an athlete, right? I have meniscus
yeah.
procedure on both my knees, and Serge actually blew out his knee walking from the office to the break room, right? Serge, you had.
Buddy,
He
no,
he
but hey,
popped.
Claudia,
Yeah.
I have a question for you, Claudia.
Sure.
So like it was like I've watched Exatlon before, but like I really got into it this season, and my kid really got into it this season with you. And we were cheering you the whole time. But like, what would you say
Yay.
was like the hardest part for you that you went back home and you're like, I'm going to train for this, and you came back and you just blew people out of the water? Was it the running, the swimming, the obstacles, the throwing? Like,
Oh,
what do you think was the toughest part for you that you were like really focused on in your training to go back?
it was definitely the conditioning. And over there in the Dominican Republic, the temperatures are extremely hot. People don't realize how hot it is and how much energy you have to let out when you're there. So I trained in the sun, in the Texas sun, and we know we all hate the Texas sun. It's so hot.
Humid too.
So, oof, yeah, it's humid too. So over there, it's 10 times that. And I just focused on that part and being able to um, superarme in that. And what people don't know also is that I learned how to swim in February and dive. I trained for 2 to 3 weeks how to swim because I knew that competition had big pools, and we were swimming in the ocean, and I was terrified. I didn't know how to tread water. I didn't know how to dive. And being on that show made me realize that you're going to learn today. And I had to. I had no choice. And being there, I was, not forced to, but it challenged me so much, and I had to do it. There was no way out, but through the starting line, the finish line, and the end, and that was it. But we passed so many times that definitely the conditioning was the most important part of it, and the mental part of it.
Yeah, because I was gonna tell you, like when I was watching the show from the first season and the first part to the second part, your swimming totally improved, and you made up like all your victories were like, from what I could tell, was from your throwing and your aiming. Like you
Oh
just
yeah.
dominated and like I mean you could see your opponents like it's like you could see their soul just leave their body. When they're like they still got 3 cans to throw down, you're like on the last one, you're like, like
That's what makes it dramatic. And like the whole time I was same here. I watch Claudia and I'm like, she's falling behind. She's falling behind. And I kept doing, she's fine. She's got the throws. She's got good aim. Like, and the thing about it, was that a strategy of yours though? Like, you know what, just stay calm, collective. I'm gonna get to there's like a mental element to it, right? Or accuracy and
Definitely.
goals and things. And you had to be in good state of mind to be able to be successful in that, right?
For sure. I mean, it wasn't a strategy to be slow. I'm just naturally slow on those. It's scary. It's slippery. Things are heavy. I don't think anybody ever trained their life to be a part of this and throw discs at a football, it's funny because that's what set me apart from a lot of the competitors. It was my tranquility at the end, because you're going 100 in the obstacle course, and it's a full adrenaline rush, something I've never felt before. And when you get to the end, you automatically have to disconnect and change your mentality and find your peace somehow and start to throw. And hopefully you get lucky enough that you win, because I mean, I think that's why the other competitors were scared of me actually getting to the end, because I had really good aim. I'm not going to toot my own horn, but I really did, and that's what allowed me to get as far as I did.
Dude, you were amazing. Like and like I love Alondra. She's great. She's an awesome soccer player. She plays for the best team in Mexico, right, Rick? But you could just like she'd look over and like her soul just left. It was just, her face was like it was awesome to see you compete against them. And just to tell people, you know, it's the show. It's contendientes and profesionales, right? So like the red team was like the professional players, the Olympians, and then it was like the regular people who were like amateur athletes, almost got there, competing. You know, like you, Claudia, competing against these professional athletes, and you guys were like. I mean, you dominated. You guys were dominating, and you were doing great. Like that's awesome. It's very cool to see.
It's unique. It's unique that you did mention the throwing because there was parts where I was like kind of like oh my god, and then it's like this you can almost a surge and see you can almost feel coolness just kind of like and she would throw and just kind of like
collective.
You can feel it. You know, you can feel it. So that's
what I picture though, this is me picturing. Like I imagine a lot of like abuelitas and grandmas watching this, going, "Vamos, Claudia!" Yeah, like I could just.
Oh man, my
whole
whole
entire
family. Oof. You know what? I wanted them to feel the way I felt when I was running because there's so much anxiety, so like a whole adrenaline rush. It's incredible, and I wanted them to feel the way I felt when I was there because. It may seem like it's so easy to do, and you're like, why is she fail? Why doesn't she hit that? Why does she miss? Oh, let me tell you, you don't know until you're there, and it's incredible because my family would make time every single night to watch me, and it's a commitment because it's a 2-hour-long everyday show, and for them to cheer me on consistently and have that much support, it felt so good coming back to that, and you know, seeing how many people support me all over the world or wherever they watch me from. And it's amazing. My family, you know, they were this close to having heart attacks every single time they saw me run, and that's how I felt.
You know, the heart attack I think I almost had was every time they were like at the very end when they were talking about elimination, and they're like, you are, and then they would wait, and you'd be like. Tell me, like, am I eliminated or what the hell's going on? You know what I'm talking about, right? They're kind of like, they like drag it on and then they go, we'll go to the commercial. I'm like, you son of a, you know, because that just kind of like, that takes a soul out of me.
It's so crazy how they do that, yeah.
Adding to that, we're not notified. We don't know anything until we get there and they give us the news, like, you're going to continue, you're not going to continue, especially after being hurt or injured. It happens all the time there. And they did that to me too. They did that to me, and I was so scared that I was leaving. But what they don't tell you about Exatlon is that, you know, you sign over everything. You sign over the fact that they don't tell you your medical status until, you know, you're eliminated because of it. They want a reaction. It's a reality. They want the drama. And although Exatlon Estados Unidos avoids like the drama within the participants, they love the drama within the game. So yeah, we're literally prisoners there. We have nothing. I know people think that we stay in hotels and we have our phones. We have nothing. We live on 2 pairs of pants, 2 pairs of socks, the uniform they give you, and you know, go on and do your thing, and that's it. We're disconnected from the world. We actually sleep on the floor. We get stung by bees and spiders and mosquitoes all day, every day, and people don't realize that. They think we're living the life of luxury. No, we're not. We don't even get to see the Dominican Republic.
Wow.
I was going to ask you about that, Nadia. So, like, the people who didn't watch the show, the winners get like this really cool like villa with like a pool and stuff, right? But what do the losers get?
Okay, on the show, if you do, we compete where we are gonna, I guess, live and sleep. And although it may seem like a nice regular house to everybody else, it's very luxurious to us because the losers, we live in a cabin in the middle of the woods. And yeah, and
they don't show that.
No, they don't show that. And I wish they would show how much we suffered because it's real. And we would sleep on these metal beds with a very thin mattress. So when you sleep, you feel them in your back, on your side, on your hip. I think I got bruised from sleeping on some of those for so long. We have no pillows. So half the team would put the mattress on the floor and sleep on that because it was more comfortable.
Then you're asked to compete, right? So here you are sleeping the best and going, all right, let's go and compete and give it your all, right?
Yeah, and then people wonder why you're so slow the next day or why you're not competing well. Well, you know what? My back is blown out because I slept on a metal bed.
Let-
Does that affect your food too? Like if you get the little cabin in the woods, do they give you like just like rice and beans or like what's your food like?
Oh man, man, I had my restrictive dietary needs there because I'm plant-based, and I would just get a packaged tofu. It would not be cooked; it'd be raw. I'd have to eat that sometimes. They always gave cucumbers, tomatoes, boiled eggs for the people who ate them, and a piece of bread with cheese, and that would be our breakfast. And we're lucky enough to even be able to eat that
Coronel,
because they always
I see his
they're
face.
rushing you.
Dude, I'm freaking out over here. I'm like, dude, what are they doing with all the profits, man? That they're se están quedando con todo. It's
I mean,
supposed to go to
I mean,
you guys, and these guys are
A
filling their
little
pockets.
spread, right? Put a little spread on occasion, those taquitos al pastor, something.
No hay. There's no
Ah.
tacos over there. I don't think I even saw tortilla.
I mean, Coronel's probably going, where's the sopa marucha at least, right? Give me some.
Por lo
Ni eso
menos, güey, no sean.
teníamos.
I
Cla-
think he loses the first round just to go back home and eat, man.
I know he's already like he's already signing. He was signing the paper to go there, but now he's second guessing it.
I think,
Yeah.
never mind. I withdraw my application officially.
So those competitions too. I mean, on TV, you look at it and you think those are fun. You know, you're running over obstacles. Dude, they're dangerous. I mean, I was watching like Norma Paula Fox. She had a few situations where she dove and one of the platforms like went over her in the water, and she was kind of like
She almost drowned. Yeah.
so that's no joke, and you sign away like everything, right?
Mhm.
So did you ever felt like in a situation where like, okay, this was kind of dangerous, or was there one obstacle that you're like, this is definitely out of my comfort zone? Like I
Every
feel
single day and every single one. Sorry, my earbud. Perdón. Honestly, I've been injured so many times on these obstacle courses, I can't even keep count. But they ask you to keep running anyway. I remember one is called the Lingote. It's where everybody's against everybody and they compete for $5,000, whoever is the winner at the end. And there's some dangerous bits there. Cha-ching. I didn't end up winning one though. I was so close. But yeah, I fell on one of those areas and I got stabbed by some of the metal in my what's it called, my shin. And you're a bloody mess. They clean you up, they bandage you up, and you got to keep going. But that happened there. It happened constantly. I had so many scratches and cuts and bruises all over my legs. I don't think you were able to see them on camera, but you just got to keep going. The swimmy ones, the ones on the beach are exhausting. People don't know how tiring it is to run on sand. I can't even run out in the street in concrete, and then you have everything against you. So I mean, it's fun. I loved it. I know I'm just saying all of these scary stuff, but if you have a competitive spirit, of course, it's so much fun. And I love the team-based aspect of it all because I've always been part of a team, especially obviously with soccer. And I had a great time. It was an amazing experience. There was just a lot of times where I thought to myself, why is this necessary? Why am I here? Because like in situations where you have to share one bathroom with 10 people, oh man.
Yikes. She's cussing Sergio's name every night.
Oh, she's like,
Sergio got me this
Sergio,
damn.
what are you thinking?
why'd you do that?
Why did you put me this?
But this is like if you're an adrenaline junkie, if you like adventure, right? I mean, now that you're disconnected from it, how badly are you missing it? Do you find yourself, doing a lot on your own more than ever? Like, doing, more exercise, more of these, things that you did. I mean, how is life after that?
The transition is scary. I'm going to be honest about that. Being deprived of so many things that you're used to and then coming back to the real world, it's like, what? You're in a different world when you're there, and the only people you can rely on are your teammates, and you forget that the actual world exists. They don't tell you what's happening, what's going on. They don't give you news updates. Your whole head is in the show, and that's it. But coming back from that, I took a month off before I came back to reality to kind of transition and to enjoy where I was, because we didn't get to see the beautiful beaches that I posted about. We're literally in a golf course, in an enclosed golf course, and that's where everything takes place. So we don't see anything other than the Cabana, the Fortaleza, and Circuitos, and back and forth for months and months and months. So yeah, I'm still up for challenging myself. I've been working out. I am recovering from an ankle injury that I got one of my last runs there. So I'm trying to take it slow, but I'm trying to push myself because I know I can do it. I'm just such an adrenaline junkie, and I miss it so much because I see videos, people still tag me and stuff, and I miss it so much. So maybe I'll have the opportunity to go back, and if they call me, I will, because I feel like they might do an all-stars in the future, and I got really far, so that might give me an opportunity to go back in.
What can we do to help you? Is there like a ballot? Like, do we need to post a bunch of stuff so everybody just be like, hey, we want Claudia back, hashtag get Claudia back? What do we need to do, Sergio? Right? We got to make this happen. She's definitely, for me, I think she's an all-star. But
We'll just rally the army around her, dude, for sure. But like Claudia wasn't just a fan favorite, from what I could tell. She was like a team favorite. Like, I think like in these shows, they always try to paint the villain on the team or whatever. Claudia was like not that villain, right? She was like the ultimate team member, right? Like, do you miss your team? Like, do you miss those people? And like, what do you think your relationship with those people was like now? And like, you think it'll keep growing, and you'll keep in touch with those guys or girls?
The most beautiful thing from Exatlon is that you meet people and they become your friends. The worst part is that they don't live where you live, and they're in different parts of the world. So your heart follows them as well. And I keep in touch with a lot of them still. It's going to be hard to, come together as a team once again, because, people have responsibilities, they have jobs, they have a family, they have kids. And, I look forward to the moment where we all hang out again together. It's going to be great because, it's literally, like I tell you, it's the only people you have for months, the only people that see you at your worst, and they're there to lift you up constantly. But I always thought that it would be great to be back in that whole team spirit, and I'm always gonna lift people up regardless. I know forcing people with different opinions and different personalities in one house is sometimes problematic, and you have to be patient, you have to learn tolerance. I learned a lot of different new qualities that I didn't have within me by living with so many people. So I'm always going to be there for them. If they ever need me, they know how to keep in touch with me. But it's sad because I do miss them.
It's like reality TV shows, right? It's like you're dealing with different personalities. There's going to be, clashes. There's going to be disagreements. There's going to be different things. But I think what you said is you grow up, you just grow as a person, right? You deal with those circumstances, that situation. You're vulnerable. You're like literally have 2 pairs of chones that you're wearing the whole time. Imagine.
No, you have 4, dude. You turn it
inside out. You wear them inside out. Maybe you go to the lake and wash them with soap. I don't know what you're doing, but that's
Claudia, I got a question for you. You told us what your scariest obstacle was. What do you think was your funnest challenge? Because I have one in my head, but I want to see what for you was your funnest challenge.
The mud one. Or no? Do you like that one?
No, I love that one. But I'll tell you what my favorite was. When you beat Nona in PKs.
Oh, okay. That was part of the lingote, yeah. But you know what? An Olympic gymnast beat me in soccer, in the soccer punta.
Yeah, you don't even talk about that part. You beat Nona, dude.
Yeah, that
was cool. That was cool. She's a professional soccer player. She's amazing. But you know what? Sometimes
you went upper corner. I saw that. You went upper corner.
Oh, you're talking about the penalty kicks. Because there was also a punteria that was a soccer related one. Yeah. Oh, what?
That's good, man.
She's like, well, yeah, of course.
I played soccer. Come on.
No, sometimes, it doesn't matter what you do outside of that. Sometimes, your luck is not in your favor, and it doesn't make you less of an athlete if you lose or win, either or whatever. But it's fun. We're all friends, so there's no animosity there. There's no negative vibes. We're all friends. People think that there's a lot of rivalry, and there is, because there's competition, but not in the way people think there is.
Right.
But
but we'll call you 90 from now on. Like you were up there. Put it right in the corner.
I'm always gonna do the side hit. At that time I was still injured, so I had to find a way to hit it where I couldn't injure my ankle even more. And I'm glad they let me play that mini game.
Yeah.
Because man, these injuries, oof. Yeah, they're hard.
I'm just waiting for a team to sign you already. They saw that kick, right? Coronel, you're playing. Oh, we want her to play for our team, right?
We got some contacts that can get you signed up, maybe with Chivas, maybe with La Selección. También. We know some people.
Estoy lista
well, the PBA indoor team, the PBA indoor co-ed team pays in beers if you wanna know.
I'm down.
The U99s.
As long as it's plant based, so she's sold, man. That's all that matters, right?
The U99s.
The U99s. Let me know. I'm in. I'm always down for soccer anytime, anywhere. Let's go. I have my cleats on right now.
Oh, damn.
I'm
I'm tired.
joking.
I believe it. So
No,
before
I'm
we go into
joking.
our game, Claudia, is there anything else that fans would that maybe don't know about the show that you thought would be interesting for them to know? Any behind the scenes interesting tidbits or unique
Oof.
things that they would have no idea?
There's so much that goes beyond behind the cameras. Maybe I can let you know a few facts. In the cabana, if we lose the fortaleza, we have to wash our clothes sometimes by hand and let it dry on the trees. Yeah, there's no washing machine there. I know we shower with a chorrito de agua fría. So just chorrito de agua fría. And sometimes,
Como rancho, so living back in Mexico. Yeah.
yeah,
Baño de vaquero, mira.
Yeah, after the mud one, we have to sometimes shower with like a water hose, but it gets everywhere. The mud gets everywhere, and it's very uncomfortable. There's just so many things that people don't know about. The site that they don't see is full of camera people and production crews. There's hundreds of people that work on the show, and they don't get enough credit because they're the ones that put it together, and they only see us. And yeah, I just appreciate the people who are behind the scenes because they actually make everything look the way it does.
Hey, let me ask you a real quick question. Don't mean to interrupt you. So the camera guys, right? The camera crew, production crew, do they have like a big table buffet of just sandwiches and Starbucks, and they're just sitting there and they're recording as they're watching you eating snails and
you know what? The funny thing about that is that we get 2 meals a day and they get their lunch delivered to them on set. So while we're there sweating and hungry, eating our pineapples, they get their lunch passed around, and we're just like, oh, we want food too. But yeah, they have like a little area where they get fed, and we just have to suck it up and see.
Come on, they'll do that. Come on, Claudia, rub some dirt on it. You'll be okay.
Oh man, you know what? Yeah, that's what Survivor. They have no food, so sometimes if they find food, they'll probably ransack and eat it like that.
Hey, Claudia, was in the same? Is it the same island? Do they do a lot of different shows there? Is that what I heard?
Oh yeah. Okay. So Exatlon extends not just to Estados Unidos. There's Mexico, which are still competing now. They compete for 7 months, which is insane. Hungary, Romania. There's just so many countries that go and film in the same circuitos that we do. Survivor also takes place there at the same time. It's all happening at the same time. We're just being moved around to different areas. And I think there's like 19 circuitos where everybody shares.
But dude, that's crazy. You guys are probably obviously you guys are secluded, right, from everybody. But then the production crews from all these shows get together and they go out drinking and they're partying and oh man, this girl, she fell flat on her face, bro. Oh my God, watch this video. They're all partying with each other and you guys are all off in your own space. We're
all sleeping out there in the dirt. But yeah.
Wow.
They're allowed to do whatever they want, and we must be within the perimeters of the area that we're supposed to be enclosed in. And my entertainment was watching lizards on the tree or matando moscas, but zancudos.
I killed 99.
I'm a professional zancudo killer.
So like when you came back and you saw everything that was going on in 2020, were you like, let me go back?
Yeah.
What the hell? Like everything's gone to
seclude me again, please.
Oh my God,
right? It's echoey, right? I'm sorry.
No, you're good on our end. Yeah.
Oh, I think it's changed over here.
No.
Oh, but anyway, yeah, I was like, send me back. I saw like the elections and the 2020, the COVID, everything, and the riots, and I said, good Lord.
Yeah, I think I'd rather deal with that than what we're dealing in this.
So you really didn't have any idea that stuff was going on? Oh, wow.
Oh, dang it.
What happened?
No, I forgot to mention that I got COVID there.
Ooh, what?
I thought they were like in a bubble. How did that even? That's crazy.
Yeah, we're in a bubble, and wearing the mask is so hot. We try to do everything we could to avoid it, but when we were in Fortaleza, we have actually chefs who cook for us. Oh, there we go again. We have chefs who cook for us, and people who clean. So we don't know if we might have gotten it from them, but the whole team got COVID, and that's
Did you get
Almost
sick?
the whole team.
Did you get
I'm
sick
sorry?
or you were asymptomatic? Were you sick?
Yeah, honestly, you couldn't tell the difference between how beat up you were from the circuitos or COVID, but my body was in pain. I felt it down to the bones. I lost my sense of taste, smell. It was like a gripa, but a little bit more intense, and especially playing and getting, beat up, hit by the sun all day. But yeah, it was intense the first week, but I was positive for 3.
Wow.
I think the hardest part it hits is like your respiratory, right? Just breathe. I mean, you have to breathe when you're running. That's
But I think the more shocking thing is the fact that you're secluded away from everybody, away from society, everyone going out to bars, clubs, and doing all these things. You can say, well, I can see how you can catch it, and you're away from all that stuff, and just maybe a worker or something of some sort that was infected or wow, that is wild. I didn't think you would, because
Yeah,
even like
me either.
even in my family's town in Mexico, they started to get there. I'm like, well, wait a minute, everyone's trying to get out, no one's going back because the town is so small, and everyone's got it down there. I'm like, what the hell,
That's crazy. Man.
Shoot, that's
I'm
it. Hey, so
kidding.
let me ask you a question. So can this lead to something else? Maybe like
What's
a
next?
career in acting, maybe Hollywood. Do you
Ooh.
see that? Do you see doors opening? I mean, I'm not. I'm just curious.
What's next?
I mean, that would be great. I know sometimes doors and opportunities don't just appear out of nowhere, and you kind of have to find a way to them. And I'm open for whatever opportunity comes my way. I've always loved doing the acting thing, but I've never, had the chance to do that, to go and pursue that, just because I had a business in San Antonio. I would do floral decor, weddings, and everything, and that didn't allow me to pursue more than what I've done to this point. So maybe since I kind of already, I don't feel like I'm going to pursue that any longer. My business, I'm going to put that aside and continue following my dreams, because I saw that, this gave me a good opportunity, and maybe I can pursue others similarly. So we'll see what happens.
Reached out to you, for instance, and show other I don't know, other shows, has anybody
Maybe
done or just
agents or producers or anything else?
I'm going to be honest, I haven't checked. I turned off the notifications for my Instagram just because a lot of messages were coming through, so I have to weed out and figure it out. But I mean, I'm open for projects, collaborations, and yeah, I'm ready to work, to put in some work. Unless they call me back for the show in the future, I mean, I'm open for anything with my arms open. Bring them on. Bring on the goodies. 2020 is not gonna pin us down. We're gonna kick its butt.
I like it. All right. Well, I think it's time for us to go into our game there, Claudia. So we've been teasing this.
All right.
This is all about, I know you've been in a bubble, right? So we get to catch you up. So the Selección Mexicana played their last matches of the year. And of course, they were victorious. They beat both Japón and Corea del Sur. But one of the things that came up from those matches was that, we had the trifecta, the next generation, the current generation of Mexicanos, which is Chucky, Tecatito, and Raúl Jiménez up front. And we're excited about that. But people were saying, hey, is this a better trio than Vela, Chicharito, and Giovanni, right? So let's go ahead and play this game. I call it, what's the best threesome? How about that? Let's do that. Maybe I should have thought of
No, yeah, you should have thought about that title.
I should have thought about that title. All right, here we go. Best threesome. So again, we have, I don't know if you guys can see my screen. Can you see my screen?
Yep.
All right. So we have, of course, the current generation here, which is, Raúl Jiménez, El Chucky Lozano, and El Tecatito. So these are going to be our players. We're going to put a bracket. We're going to give you a bunch of different, trifectas or threesomes that exist in the world. They could be, real, non-real, fictional. And then we're going to have them go up against each other. So this is our first one here, but we're going to go ahead and keep moving. We have, of course, the previous generation, which is, of course, Chicharito, Vela, and Gio. But we're going to add a few more. Here's another trio, if you guys recognize them. Where are they from? Coronel, Rich, do they look familiar to you?
I don't watch cartoons. I've never seen this.
Supercampeones, man. Come on.
That's like,
You don't know
Cristiano Ronaldo
Supercampeones?
at the end.
Do you remember? I grew up with no television.
Oh my gosh, man. Oliver Atun. This is his
Silent
name.
Music was Rich's entertainment, right?
Estaba matando moscas yo también.
All right, so we have these gentlemen for Super Campeones. We also have the Three Stooges, which at first I thought it was us three, but then these actually were the originals. We have the Three Musketeers. We have the Powder Puff Girls. We also have the Three Amigos. And then the last one to compete is going to be, of course, us three.
There you go.
Here we go. And by the way, if you're wondering, Rich isn't that tall. That was actually Sage, and we just put his face on Sage's body.
I'm tall. I got a long neck.
Hey, Serge, did you notice that? Or you're like, what the hell? When did he become like 8 feet tall? All right, here's the bracket, Claudia. All right, so these are the contestants. All right, so let's go ahead and start off from the right side. So let me put some background music for us. There we go. All right, so if the first one, top right, so current generation, Raul Jimenez, Chucky, Tecatito versus the Three Stooges. If they were to play in Exatlon, if they were athletes in the group, who would win?
Definitely the first bracket, the first ones.
The first
actual Mexican team.
All right, they're moving on. All right, so we got Super Campeones, which is a Japanese anime soccer team, versus the Three Amigos. Who would win? Exatlon.
The Three Amigos. They're going to be fueled with cerveza.
That was a wild card. That was
okay. Yeah, the black horse right there.
Oh, I didn't even do. Look at them, man. They did their little Yeah. All right, let's go to the left here. Let's go the previous generation, Vela, Gio versus the Three Musketeers.
Obviously, the perfect the perfect triangular offense team in the Mexico League.
Damn.
Vela, Gio, let's go.
All right, let's go. They're moving on. All right, this is a tough one, man.
That one's the hardest one.
This is
the hardest one.
The hardest one, guys. How do you feel about that?
I feel like you ripped us off, dude. You're circling back and thinking it puts up the Powerpuff Girls.
Dude, they're awesome, bro. You kidding me?
I know.
Oh, dude.
I'd hate to beat them, but I know we can beat them.
Were we the Chivas of Liguilla, dude? We're at the bottom of the table.
Oh, hey, we won yesterday.
Right. You heard that.
And we advanced. All right, Claudia. Enough of this. They're trying to persuade you. Who would win in the Exatlon between?
Man. Obviously, the Powerpuff Girls have abilities that are incredible, but I believe in friendship power, so I go with you guys.
Yeah, right on. I had faith, guys. I had faith for you.
We beat the Powerpuff Girls by a neck. We beat them by a neck.
All right, so we're going to take a pause here. Coronel, Serge, what do you think about our choices? You think solid choices? Any surprises here in this first round?
No surprises. Absolutely solid choices. Solid choices.
Serge?
I think the Three Amigos were a surprise, but not by much. I think that was a tough one right there. That was number 4 against number 5 in my opinion in the ranking. So
that was my surprise, to be honest, too. I thought for sure, them coming from a soccer background, the Super Campeones would have advanced, but Three Amigos and their singing sword prevailed. So that's good. All right, Claudia, it's gonna get harder now. We're gonna go to the semifinals here.
All right.
Difficult. So let's go again right to left. Let's go with, again, current generation versus Three Amigos. This is like the semis. Who do we got?
Oof. You know what? I just got to make a comment really quick. I'm really glad you didn't put the Three Stooges with you guys because it's the same thing.
Ouch.
I'm joking.
I love it. That's what all about.
Current generation. Let's go with them.
All right. They're moving on. And would it have been a close game, you think? Close encounter there in Exatlon? You think they would have been taken to the wire, or would it have been in destruction?
And in the other bracket, I still vote for you guys because the underdogs always surprise me.
Yeah, look at that, dude.
We're moving on.
Moving on. All right, here we go. Big neck again. All right, guys, gentlemen. So we advanced to the finals. I'm surprised. I thought we would at least Powder Puff Girls would have destroyed us, but Claudia, she's an expert in Exatlon. She knows that we have what it takes, and again, friendship is power. Are you guys surprised?
Probably quit, right?
What's that?
Bella probably quit, so that's why we probably advanced.
Well, Bella didn't even show up. Yeah, Bella decided not to show up. Gio.
I think what they did, they looked at his hairstyle, and they were like, nope, you are behind. You're left behind.
No.
It got caught in one of the circuitos. He's like,
Circuitos.
So, all right. I'm happy with this result. I'm happy with this. All right, that's it. Moment of truth. Final. Now, Claudia, you got to not only give us the final, but you got to tell us why they're the winners of the circuitos in the final challenge.
All right. It's literally like me against Nona again.
Oh.
Are we you or are we Nona?
You guys are me. You guys are me because no one expects you to win. But then you show up and you do your thing. And you know what I realized? People that like to drink beer and play soccer are the best at punteria because they're chill. They know how to manage, that piece within themselves. So I'm definitely picking you all as my winners. And I'm sorry to the recent generation that's there for the Mexican team, but I go for you guys because I always believe in the underdogs and the people who don't think that you guys have it within you to get as far as to win that cup. So definitely my vote's for you.
Yes. There are the winners, guys. What do you think? You guys happy with the results? Are you guys shocked? What's going on? What happened?
Very, very, very happy that we win the best threesome trophy. I mean, I don't know. It says right there, best threesome.
So
I don't know if I like it.
Change it to three.
Honestly,
You're right.
I'm glad I picked you guys because that is the funniest thing. Yeah, you're the best threesome out of all those.
Oh, all right. Well, that actually backfired on me. I didn't really expect that.
You should put threesome.
Yeah, in threesome. In
Yeah.
threesome better. In threesome.
Oh, well, we can't say we never won anything. There you go.
Came from the heart.
Congratulations.
Thank you for the vote of confidence, Claudia.
Thank you, Claudia.
Thank you,
I just want to see you guys on top of the trophy as a threesome for real. I really do.
This is a PG-13. It has now moved over to the R-rated
Portion
rating.
And okay, Claude. Hey, no pressure too. She really, it's funny. I thought we would have been eliminated the first round, but she gave us an opportunity. I think I felt like an underdog. I felt like we were coming from behind, and we ended up, we had success. So
and it's honestly the people with less pressure who do the best because they have nothing else to lose and so much to prove. So obviously, you're my team.
I think I would have been good at punteria, so kind of with Claudia and getting the right thing. I think Coronel would have been good at the starting point and then slow down towards the end. And Serge would have been really good on the bench, just cheering us on. I think.
Claudia's gonna slip a circuito for us at the next Mexico game, dude. It's you and me. It's on.
Oh, it's on, dude. It's on, bro. Let me start stretching right now.
Look, I'm down to compete against you. Just name the time and the place and get ready to get your butt whooped.
We got to get sponsors to create a circuito for us in the next tailgate, dude. I like that. That'd be great. It's gonna be like that little boy. Have you seen that video of the little boy, un gordito, un chanquito, and he was like going over like tables and jumping off? Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yes.
He's like we call him superhero because he was doing like circuitos as well, but it was in his rancho. It was pretty hilarious.
A little tricycle ride. He's going, his little legs are outside. Yeah.
Sign him up. He'll probably kill it.
He will kill it.
Or hire me to be my trainer for next time.
I think so. We'll do that. All right. Well, man, I'm already tired, dude. I don't know if you know what? I don't think I'll do that circuito anymore. I'm already exhausted.
Dude, you got tired of just by moving your keyboard. What the hell? You're talking about me, Chinga. I'm the old guy here.
Did you notice the part when I moved us to the championship and I left your head behind? And
I know, dude. You were gonna catch some heat. I was like, what happened to No Friends Left Behind, bro?
Dude, that's
You're making me feel my age too, guys. I was one of the oldest competitors on the competition.
No, you know what? It's funny. So you're surrounded by a lot of athletic, probably good-looking people, but at the same time, you don't even care at that moment. You're just like, I just want to survive, right? It's like I'm here I don't even care. Like I'm just want to make sure that I have something to eat, that I can have a good night's sleep, and I don't get bit by any kind of bug or insect, right?
Luckily, I don't have to worry about that anymore, but I will gladly go back into that life if they call me back. I'm ready.
Exatlon, you're back.
That would be cool. I would love to see her and Berto Medina.
Oh, yeah, I know
Yeah.
him there. He's
Yeah.
very cool.
Oh, really?
But they don't send champions back. If you won,
Oh.
you can't go back.
Damn. Well, he's actually one of my favorite players of all time.
He's actually a great guy as well. He's even better in person. And you know what? I also got the chance to meet Masa for like a few minutes. He was eliminated before me, but I got the chance to
Nice.
say hi and say what's up. And
Hey,
hi.
I'm wondering. I don't know if you got a chance to watch one of our past. Is it this past podcast or the previous podcast where Brooklyn Brooklyn was driving Masa to his hotel. She was working for Zoom and she had to pick him up, and she said she hit the curb and he was just like all distraught because of her driving. So, how was his demeanor? Was he still shook? From her driving.
Did he have any was it what they call when they get all like traumatized?
Yes. Yes.
Well, I actually met him in the beginning of the competition when he was still there, like in March. So I don't know. Yeah, that hadn't happened yet. But he's so tall. If they hit a bump, he'd probably hit his head on the roof of the
like
car.
Coronel tall, like big neck tall.
He's a big neck.
So Brooklyn, if you're listening, he's okay. The trauma has subsided.
Yeah.
Masa is fine.
I'm sure.
Yeah, he's not scarred for life there, Brooklyn. He's good.
Hey, you know what I think would be a great combination? Brooklyn maybe working with Claudia. Maybe her agent. Do you have an agent?
I don't as of now.
There you go.
I mean, you can make that connection.
Reach out.
Yeah, we got a lot. Yeah, let's go ahead, man. Definitely, let's keep it going. Keep that going, Claudia.
Definitely, I'm ready for it.
So we covered the gamut. We went through the adventure of Claudia. I mean, we can probably spend days. I mean, you probably have stories for days. Oh my goodness. I mean, I'm just glad that you're back. We definitely want you to go back.
Thank you.
I bet your family did miss you like crazy. They probably threw a big party. I bet it's nice sleeping in an actual bed, having air conditioning, and just being in a safe environment.
Did you ever meet Claudia's dad at one of the games?
No, I did not.
He is the nicest guy you'll ever meet. Like totally down to earth. Huge Mexico fan. Like
for sure.
Huge fan.
Siempre lo paseo. When there's a game, we have to take him. We took him to the Gold Cup over there in Chicago, and we take him to Houston games. We took him to Mexico City before, and he's crazy. He's a crazy fan, and so are we. So are us. So are everybody here. That's why we're part of PVA. But yeah, my dad's incredible. I'm taking him to every single game that I can with PVA. So now that I'm out of Exatlon, whenever there's actually a chance to go to another one, my dad's gonna be there.
I'm gonna search through my photos because I might have a picture. It was your dad. Your dad. Did you go with your sister to the Chicago game?
Yeah,
yes, I went with two sisters. Yeah.
Okay, so maybe it's a picture of you there, but I don't recall seeing your dad. I don't remember. I might have. I gotta.
Pictures.
Oh, I gotta check. I gotta check through my album.
Send them to me if you found them. Yeah.
Dude, he was celebrating like crazy. Like it was a good time. Like when Mexico scored that goal and then they won. We all just did that, and her dad was like all over it. He was like so happy.
He's a little kid, like a little kid in the candy store when we take him to games, and he's always participating.
Well, tell him I said I can't wait to see him again at the next game, and you got to see him here with PVA when the next one comes up finally, hopefully soon.
Yeah.
I remember at that game, I actually have confetti, and I took confetti, and I keep a piece of confetti in my wallet, and the ticket from the game.
Nice.
And I came back and I gave it to a few of my friends.
That's so cool.
I think I found a picture of him. Maybe I don't know. Do you want me? Would you mind if I share it really quick, Claudia?
If it's not my dad.
I know. I'm like,
who
is this? I'm pretty sure it is, but let me double check. Now you got me questioning it.
No, that's not my dad.
Oh shoot!
I'm joking. Yeah.
Oh man, that's not cool.
Yeah, that's us in Chicago.
Yes. Yes.
Now you remember.
Times. That was incredible.
I mean, he looks like he's definitely.
He's definitely having a good time there. Oh yeah.
No, we definitely take care of him. We try to do whatever we can to make him happy. He did that for us, so it's our turn to pay that back to him, and we do it by, taking him to as many games as possible. But él se va a apuntar for whatever game. There's not even a fecha. Ya está apuntado, and
Yes.
just waits for us to take him. So
make
yeah,
sure
he's
we're gonna say hi to him next time we see him around.
That's so cool, man. That is so cool that you guys take him to all the games and everything. That's really awesome.
Yeah, we got to take care of our, dads, got to take care of our parents, right? That's kind of how we were
For
raised.
And that just goes to show, dude, like PVA's for everyone, right? Like
Mhm.
Oh my gosh, you definitely got me there. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is not your dad. I totally took a gamble. I don't know who.
That's definitely my daddy.
Awesome, Claudia. Well, we should like to, when we wrap up our session, we just like to do, anything you want to do a shout out to, any projects, anything coming up that you want to, tell all of our members and our people watching us that you have going on. Maybe, I don't know, sneak peeks of anything coming, projects that you're doing.
I would love to share projects in the future. Nothing's in concrete yet, so I'd rather kind of wait on that. But I do want to give a shout out, to my pueblo, El Puesto, where I was born, Celaya, Guanajuato, San Antonio, Texas. I also want to give a shout out to my aunt. I didn't mention her, but she was a great motivation for me during the show. She's fighting cancer. So to my aunt Ro, I'm praying for her. I want to give her a shout out, and I hope that others can join me in that to help her fight against cancer and beat it again.
That was the celebration thing that you did at the end, right?
This one.
Yeah, I knew that was a connection there. That's awesome, man. Yeah, definitely shout out to her. We're pulling for her as well. Thank you for sharing that. Coronel, Serge, any final thoughts or shout outs before we wrap up the session?
No, again, thank you very much, Claudia, for taking the time out of your schedule to visit with us and let us know exactly what, some of the goings on, right? Because we think it's one way, but it's completely opposite. We had no idea. It was, you guys were literally, you were like on survival, right? Like you guys were literally surviving for your lives, right?
Horses, yeah.
Yeah, that's wild. And again, we thinking, they're gonna go to the hotel and just relax and then get back, But that's super cool, man. Super cool. But I mean, again, that just goes to show, congratulations on getting as far as you did, and that just goes to show. I mean, it builds character, and you're gonna go on to do greater things. So, thank you very much for joining the show.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. No, I honestly have so much more to say, but that's for another day. And I appreciate you guys having me, taking the time to, ask me about my experience. And I hope that, you got some of your answers. Catch me in the PVA games. I'm always going to be there.
Hey, Claudia, just want to say that we're so proud of you, and we consider you a good friend. We've known you forever, and we wish you the best in everything you do. And we're very excited for whatever comes next for you, and however we can help in any way. Whether it is just voting online for something or promoting you somehow, let us know. We got your back the way you always have our back. So good luck to you and everything you do, and we'll see you at the next Mexico game for sure.
Thank you so much, and likewise, if you need anything from me, I'm here as well.
Awesome, guys. Well, thank you. I mean, well said. Like I said, I can echo what you guys just said. But Claudia, thanks again. It was a pleasure, talking to you over the phone before, and just making sure that we get all this set up. Like I said, I'm glad that that you're now here with us and in the real world. But we are definitely pulling for you to continue to, with your projects. And I mean, if you haven't had a chance to meet Claudia in games or what have you, not only is she, she's amazing on TV and amazing in her projects, but she's an amazing person in real life. And once you get to talk to me, that's what makes people, amazing and beautiful inside and out, right? So Claudia, thanks again. It was a pleasure. And thanks for making us the winners, even though I don't know if I like that title at this moment. I don't know. Maybe I think me, Serge, and Coronel are going to wear a shirt.
We're getting t-shirts? We're getting t-shirts?
We're getting t-shirts, the best
threesome.
I don't know. We're going to debate about that. But thanks, Davey, again, from from Phoenix to, from Texas as well. We thank you so much. And here is Zargento, Coronel, and Serge, as well as Claudia. We're signing off. Hasta la próxima, amigos. Gracias.
Mi bandera lo grito por donde quiera. Mexicano 100%, no existe ni una barrera. Mucho menos nos separa una frontera. Con papel o sin papeles yo vivo a mi manera. No me importa en cualquier país. Si el cielo se pone negro, gris. Escuchando a Gerardo Ortiz, celebrando fiestas patrias con dos Génesis. Cantamos mariachi.
Thanks again for scheduling this with us. I appreciate it. Let's try to convince your sisters now to come and join us too, because he's been trying to. Soy tímida, or I'm an introvert or something. I'm like, come on.
Yeah,
Are you talking about
Tere
Tere?
is very shy, right, Claudia?
I'm sorry?
Tere is very shy.
Tere is very shy, and I had her visit me in the Dominican Republic,
Uh-huh.
and I actually took her to some circuitos to see how she'd run them. Oh man, she was a disaster. She couldn't do anything. She hated the sun. She said, "I'm glad I didn't apply because I would have died out here." And I said, "See how difficult it is when you're here."
Wow.
Wow.
It's easy on
But yeah.
TV. No.
We love you,
She-
Tere.
Yeah. If this isn't the bloopers, well, it's all in good fun.
No, for sure, for sure.